What's up, guys? I promised you a video of my top 15 albums of 2013, and here it is. This is part 1, the last 5 on the list. Number 15 on my list is Fragile Figures from Secrets. Just came out this last summer. I've always been a big fan of Secrets. Their songs are really well put together in my opinion, and they've got the heavy and the clean singing mix, and it really works for them. There's quite a bit of vocal talent with these guys. They just got a new screamer, Aaron. He sounds great. He sounds good live too. And their clean singer, Richie, also does. He sings perfectly on key live, and he's just a really good guy to listen to. This album sees a very tasteful mix of heavy with a gorgeous acoustic song at the end, Sleep Well Darling. If you're into that kind of stuff, I definitely pick this album up. My favorite from the CD is the opening track, How We Survive. Number 14 on my list comes from a band called Legion with their album Woke. This album is probably one of the heaviest I heard this year. The best way I can describe Legion to you guys is it's the child of I Declare War and the Acacia Strain. Simply put, if you like deathcore or even more traditional death metal, pick this album up. There's elements of both on it. My favorite song off of it is Righteous Dictation. Number 13 on my list comes out of Fargo, North Dakota. It's These Hearts with their new album, Yours to Take. I've always been a huge fan of These Hearts, going back to 2009 seeing them at Sunshine. In my opinion, These Hearts does Christian music right. They've got relatable lyrics about life situations, and it's done in a positive light. This album sees a much heavier, much more defined sound from these guys too. It's less, it's still pretty poppy, but it's not quite as poppy as Forever Ended Yesterday. Now, don't get me wrong, I loved Forever Ended Yesterday, but this album is just much more defined and well-rounded, and it's great. These Hearts has always put on a good live show, and I had the privilege of hearing a few of these new songs live at their CD release this summer. Go pick this album up. Just give it a shot. My favorite off of it is track 3, Psycho. She's a psycho! Minnesota Giants, after the burial, released their new album Wolves Within to a very enthusiastic hometown crowd at the end of December, and it has been received very well. Unfortunately, since it was released so close to the end of the year, I haven't been able to listen to it quite as in-depth as I would have liked to, but it was still good enough to make it to number 12 on my list. And so far what I've heard is a very heavy, very technical album in a different way from In Dreams, and I look forward to listening to it more closely. My favorite song sees their original vocalist Nick Wellner doing a guest spot. It's Verga. Check it out. Ocala, Florida's own A Day to Remember are right back at it again, pun very much intended, with their new album Common Courtesy making it to number 11 on my list. I wasn't sure what to expect from this album at first, but what I heard impressed me a lot. To me, it's a pleasant mix of their For Those Who Have Heart sound and their What Separates Me From You sound. In my opinion, this album is what the latter should have been, but that's neither here nor there. My only criticism of this album is that the softer songs aren't quite as good as their past softer songs. Songs like The Price We Pay and If It Means a Lot to You are crafted better in my opinion. However, the heavy songs and the more pop-punk songs are done very, very well, and overall the album is great. My favorites on the song are Sometimes You're the Hammer, Sometimes You're the Nail, or Dead and Buried. Check it out.